Yo, you in the mix, so pay attention. The bag don't make you happy. So this mirror talk is gonna be about exactly what it sounds like. The bag don't bring you what you, or at least what I say most people think it's gonna bring you. I feel like a lot of people feel like whenever you get where you going, as far as whatever that financial number is, for you to feel like you done made it, they be thinking you just gonna magically be straight and all your trauma just disappear and now it's all better and the pain go away, when in reality you end up doing a lot of filler stuff trying to just cover up the pain, trying to put on nice clothes, and you feel me, and try to make yourself forget. But forgetting don't mean that you healed from it. I look at it like, with everything I done seen with the way people move and how they carry themselves, a lot of people tend to feel like if they just buy themselves enough nice things, then all the trauma and pain and heartache and things they done put down and shove down and try to compress and forget about, I guess they feel like if they just pretend like none of it happens and just buy everything they need to buy and make sure that they always look good and pull up nice, that everything just gonna be fine and all the pain just gonna wash itself away. That ain't how it works. And you speaking all of this on your mind, on the inside, and not realizing it, because you may not directly be telling yourself everything I just said, but if you think about it, if all you focus on is getting the money and you have no actual plan on how you gonna do at some point or in the process of getting the money, because that's really the most important part, is in the process of it. You really need to be healing yourself and getting your mind and internal together before you get the money, because you get it before you actually ready for it, you're gonna fuck it off every time. And I know, because I done did it. I had a lot of things going on up here and a lot of things stirring right here, you feel me? So it was a lot of things I felt like I was ready for it. A lot of things I felt like, man, just give me the bread, I'll figure it out. And if that's how you thinking, just listen, just hit me. I would get the money, right? And I would be thinking that all of a sudden, because I done got to this certain dollar amount, I done bought this car, I done finally did whatever it was that was on my bucket list to do, that all of a sudden I would be happy, and all the things that I went through leading up to actually having it would just go in the smoke. I used to think that once I had got my car and got my rims the way I wanted, you feel me, where I could finally slide through the hood the way I want to, that all of a sudden I just be straight, like I feel like I was accomplished. And seeing growth, you always want to have a new goal when you accomplish whatever your goal is, period. But some people don't realize you using them goals as distractions from everything that's up in here that ain't right, and that's up in here that ain't right, that you've been ignoring, that you ain't trying to face. Because that shit don't seem important when you getting the money, because it's like, what I need to take the time to sit with myself up. I got things to do, places to be, I'm good. But if you good, why you be feeling the way you be feeling when you by yourself? We ain't talking about when you around people and you performing. I'm talking about when you sitting by yourself and ain't nobody around. It could be for a couple of minutes. Some of y'all like to always be around people, so you ain't never gotta hear yourself trying to talk to you. But that ain't even the point of what we gonna focus on right now, so to stay on topic. Some of y'all don't understand. When you sit with yourself, you gonna start realizing things. It's gonna be certain downloads that's gonna come to you. you gonna start seeing the holes in your own self and your own bullshit. You know, things that you used to sit there and tell yourself in full confidence, knowing that shit wasn't accurate. You get where I'm going with that. But see, that's that work. That's that dark part of self that a lot of motherfuckers ain't trying to deal with that. They ain't trying to look at that because it's ugly. It don't look nice. It's not comfortable. It takes a certain level of courage for you to look yourself in the mirror and say, you been bullshitting, bro. You was supposed to, and you didn't, we gotta fix that. And then you just do something about it. It ain't about beating yourself up. It ain't about tearing yourself down. It's about, okay, I know I was out of bounds with what I did, so I need to fix this. It's about you understanding within yourself, it's only one way that you're gonna actually have joy. Is you're gonna have to clear out all that dirt on the inside of yourself. See, you can sit back and try to act like you don't have no dirt on the inside that's fucking you up and that's making you feel some type of way. But if that's the case, why do you always need something to distract yourself? Why do you run from the silence? Why do you always need to scroll or be talking to somebody or be around somebody for you to feel comfortable or for you to not be bored? Why are you not content with being by yourself? When you spend time with self, you get time to realize it ain't nothing wrong with being around people. But when you never take time to really sit with everything that you've been doing and reflect on everything you've been doing, you just in autopilot. You're not learning from any mistakes. You just making them bitches and making them bitches and making them bitches and then wondering why life ain't going your way because you're not learning from anything that you're doing wrong. You just wanting things to go your way without actually taking accountability for the part that you doing that's causing whatever it is you're trying to do to get jammed up. So to bring it back to the point, when I say the bag don't fix you, when I say things like that, I'm not saying that metaphorically, I mean it literally. I done seen older people who got money, nice cars, nice house, everything, and they some of the grouchiest motherfuckers you ever meet. And it's like, bro, how you getting all this money and you just like you mad at the world? You always mad about something. You always pissed about something. You always complaining about something, but you getting all of this money, bro. So that gotta be clear evidence in itself that just because you get into the bag don't mean that everything gonna be sweet. And a lot of y'all got that shit fucked up and think that you just gonna get the money and now your problems don't exist. If you couldn't handle your problems when you was broke, when you got some money, you gonna lose that shit because you gonna either try to instantly fix it with the money and you're not gonna even know how to do that right, or just in general you gonna run from the problems and do things to distract yourself from the problems that's gonna cost you money. One way or another, you gonna fuck off the money. And then somehow, if you one of them rare ones that manage to hold on to that shit still, then you gonna be the old head I was just talking about. But you got the cars, you got the properties or whatever the fuck that you feel like make you somebody, and you still gonna be miserable. When you throw parties or whatever at your big house, yeah, it's gonna look like you really doing it. You feel me? You got women around you or dudes around you, or however you moving, whether you a male or a female, whatever. You know what's really up with you in that quiet time when ain't nobody around. And you know when you really actually satisfied with yourself. Because you can buy yourself something nice, right? And you're gonna be happy about that new thing you bought. But I'm pretty sure as anybody knows, when you get a new thing, that's the norm. But then after a while, what? You get used to that new thing. So now it's the norm. So you ain't so hype about it no more. Exactly. Something I thought of to say right quick, so I had to punch this in. That's the same reason why you may see what you think is a bum on the street, and they may seem completely content with their life, almost happy even, because they done accepted who they are on the inside. They done did the internal work, so they not fighting internally no more. So whether they broke or got money in their pocket, they straight, because they already done decided it is what it is internally. Not on some giving up type vibes, but on some, I understand where I am, but where I am doesn't make me. I'm still gonna laugh. I'm still gonna have a good time. I'm still gonna sit wherever I sit and smile. That's the difference. I had to put this in right quick, but back to it. So, to write this off and close, you gotta clear your insides out, bro. Or miss, or shorty, or whoever I'm talking to right now. You gotta clear out your insides. Because if you one of these people who thinking that once you get the bag, you just all of a sudden gonna be straight, you gonna fuck around and find out. You gonna be one of them people who gotta find out the hard way. And you might not even be able to keep the money in the first place because you didn't do the inside work. So just take my word for it, or don't. But the bag don't make you happy. Stay in them years.